If you're new to buying quality men's fragrances, or you have a few but you're confused by some of the descriptions used, I'm going to help you understand the basics of choosing a fragrance. Not only will this information help you with your buying decisions in the future, but used wisely at the fragrance counter, you may just impress a sales assistant enough to get their number. Well, it's worth a try, surely. Most of us probably started with cheap drugstore or supermarket aftershaves or body sprays when we finally realised that the hormonal, sweaty smell of a teenager wasn't perceived as attractive by the opposite sex. Nowadays it's likely Lynx body spray or perhaps something from Diesel. Back in my day the choices were limited to Old Spice and High Karate, so you had to smell like your dad. I was shocked when finding photos to illustrate this video that High Karate is still available to buy on Amazon and only £7. But don't. Seriously don't. When you start earning your own money, then you decide to go upmarket a bit, perhaps Calvin Klein or Hugo Boss. Nothing wrong with those. CK Shock is a great fragrance for a guy in his late teens or early 20s, and Boss Bottled is popular for a reason. But when your earnings are more substantial and you're around women who know the difference between a cheap body spray and a classy fragrance, it's time to take things up a notch. Now it's time to find your signature fragrance, something for the office, for summer, for clubbing and for date nights. A look on fragrance websites or reviews on YouTube will be talking about base notes, hearts and other terms that may sound pretty daunting. But don't worry, as always I've got your back, and here I'm going to go through the basic terms, what they mean and how they will help you choose your next quality fragrance. Fragrances are comprised of 3 notes that work to build off the previous one and give you a symphony of scents that complement each other perfectly. This is why you don't want to spray a fragrance on your wrist or a sample card, put it straight under your nose and make the choice to buy there and then. You should let it settle, walk around the shops for 10, 15 or 20 minutes, smelling regularly so you get an impression of the overall scent through each of its 3 stages until you can judge its final note, which is the note that will linger as long as the scent does. And never forget that the precise scent is subject to not just the fragrance itself but how it reacts to your skin, so ignore those tester cards and only test on your own skin. Top note, also referred to as the head or opener. This is the strongest of the 3 notes, made from the smallest and lightest of the molecules, which are the fastest to evaporate when they come into contact with the heat of the skin. This makes them first scents you smell and will start to diminish quickly until they are all but undetectable after 5 to 20 minutes. Top notes commonly consist of citrus elements such as bergamot or lemon, herbs like sage and lavender, and other fruits such as grapefruit or berries. Middle note, commonly referred to as the heart notes. This comes to the fore as the top notes evaporate. Being heavier molecules, they take longer to evaporate and are often used to bring warmth or smoothness. This warmness can come from spices like cardamom, cinnamon and nutmeg, and the smoothness can come from jasmine, neroli or lemongrass, just to name but 3. The middle note not only lasts a lot longer than the top note, anywhere from 15 minutes to a couple of hours, but it also takes the edge off the strong base notes that follow. Base notes. As you may have guessed by now, these are the largest and heaviest molecules that take the longest time to evaporate and therefore last hours depending on the strength. This is the part of the scent that is vital for deciding your signature scent, as it's the one smell that will linger when you have left the room, or bed, and it's the one that will keep you in people's minds when you're not around. These rich base notes are generally musky or woody in nature, although not always. Common base notes include vanilla, patchouli, cedarwood, sandalwood and musk. Buying a quality fragrance can be an expensive purchase, and whilst I might tell you that it's vital to rock a great scent, most of us have a limited budget and can't spend over £160 on Tom Ford Vanilla or £180 for a Creed Aventus, as gorgeous as I think those fragrances are. Do a quick search on Google for fragrance samples and you'll find companies that will sell you miniatures of most of the popular fragrances from the middle and high-end houses. I've used them myself many times and it's helped shape what I buy. Fragrances are personal, and we won't always like the same thing. As an example, I bought some samples based on rave reviews from other YouTube creators, in particular Prada Long, and I really didn't like it. On the flip side, I tried a sample of Valentino Umo Intense, which I haven't seen on many top 10 lists, and I absolutely adore it. Also consider the strength of the fragrance you buy and try to buy the strongest version. Most likely you'll be looking at Eau de Toilette, EDT, which contains around 5 to 15% of the fragrance oil, or Eau de Parfum, EDP, with 15 to 20. Don't waste your time with Eau de Cologne, which can contain as little as 2%. And one final point, who are you buying the fragrance for? Is it for your own taste and something you'll feel comfortable wearing in a clearly defined situation, such as in the office? Or is it to make you more attractive to others? If you're looking for a scent that will drive girls wild, take a female friend who you trust with you when you go shopping. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe for new content every week, and follow me on social media. I'm Bear Clarke, and I will see you again real soon.